Welcome to 99 More, the series where we aim to cover 99 tabletop RPGs. And what better game to start with than Ryuutama? Ryuutama was first published in Japan in 2007, then translated in 2015 for the English audience. The art in this book looks a lot like the classic characters of notable JRPGs like Dragon Quest and Final Fantasy, but the game itself surprisingly takes a step back from the expected focus on swords and sorcery. Let me explain. To understand the game's premise, we have to zoom out and look towards the mythos. The world as we know it was formed by 4 creator dragons, defined by the 4 seasons. Now, although these seasonal dragons form the world and all within it, they are still young in the scope of eternity and need to be fed. Curiously enough, they are nourished by stories, known as travelogues, written records of adventures of denizens within this created world. In Ryuutama, the players play as travelers. Travelers aren't by profession warriors or mages, they're ordinary people. Tradesmen like merchants and farmers, experts like healers, artisans, and hunters, traveling among humble minstrels and high-stationed nobles. Everyone in this world, of every walk of life at least once in their life, partakes in an ancient custom known as the journey, to seek their life's fulfillment and or become acquainted with the greater world. And should these journeys be perilous and inspiring, the party might catch the attention of a powerful observer. Enter the Ryujin, magical caretakers of the seasonal dragons. Ryujin are tasked to find and record the journeys of travelers aiming to complete a challenging expedition. Ryujin follow their story, document it into a travelogue, and feed it to the seasonal dragons. These observers are compelled to scribe fulfilling travelogues, and thus might influence the journeys of the travelers to be more exciting, dramatic, or dangerous, challenging them with unexpected obstacles or aiding them in times of trial. The Ryujin becomes invested in the expedition and its travelers, acting as a medium between the world's people and the world's creators. This Ryujin is played by the Game Master as their own personal character, giving them agency to influence the game in the form of a watchful guardian. They might handle things directly, meeting the travelers face to face, or play a more mysterious role behind the scenes to not interfere with the natural flow of the story. Every Ryujin has genres of stories that they favor, and will sway the motifs and moods of the journey accordingly. Now would be a good time to bring up that the back of the book describes the game as Hayao Miyazaki's Oregon Trail. And as unlikely as this pairing of words is, there's no way to describe the game better. Ryuutama is all about the journey. There are tons of trials during the expedition. Tough terrain, harsh weather, sickness, and hunger. Survival depends on proper management of food, bartering in marketplaces, and weighing your odds against the elements. Even more so, wandering monsters lurk within the shadows, and the travelers, ordinary as they may be, must be practiced in defending themselves if they hope to survive. Mechanically, this game is comparatively easy to pick up. In fact, it was designed in many parts to fill the role of someone's first tabletop RPG. After jotting down your history, appearance, and personality, you decide on one of 7 classes of travelers, which give you unique talents that highlight your expertise and benefit your traveling troupe. You also pick a set of numbers to assign to 4 stats: strength, dexterity, intelligence, and spirit, which represent the size dice you roll whenever that stat is called for. Most checks you'll have to make in Ryuutama use 1 stat, and others use a combination of 2. Your starting max HP, for example, is a static number equal to your strength times 2. And an activity like hard exercise requires a roll of both your strength and dex dice added up. While the starting rules are simple and approachable, the rules on many of the tasks and obstacles you might run into are thorough enough for players looking for more detail. For starters, there is a table for basic interactions with the world and the situations you might need them. There are extensive tables on buying supplies for the road and how their price is affected by their quality and condition. There are journey rules and how your pace is affected by terrain and weather, which, by the way, are often influenced by terrain dragons unique to each landscape, and weather dragons local to the area or just passing through. There are tables for injuries, sickness, and exhaustion, as well as penalties for lack of food and water. And even though the game isn't focused on combat and can be run perfectly fine without it, if your party's itching to fight those wandering monsters, there are easy to understand weapon mechanics, ways to upgrade these weapons, combat rules complete with a proper battle map for close and long-range fights, 30 pages of monster stat blocks of enemies you might run into, including but not limited to Neko goblins, radioactive gobroaches, and parasite eggplants, and a choice of type which defines how your traveler chooses to defend themselves. You can choose between attack type, which specializes in weapons, Technical type, which focuses on assessing the battlefield and understanding your surroundings, and Magic type, which lets you tap into your choice of seasonal magic, which is thoroughly comprehensive in itself. Browsing through them, my favorite spells include Koropokuro Cute Leaf 2, which summons giant leaf umbrellas, Bloodbath Blades, which fires out countless swords, and Chocolate Cosmos, which causes shock by reminding the target of a recent heartbreak. Oof. My favorite aspect of this game has to be the Ryujin, providing the game master with a character that has their own goals, dispositions, and ideals, immerses them into the story in a way that is typically only reserved for players. The Ryujin highlights the special seat that GMs occupy at the table, while also considering their agency to have fun with the party as the story unfolds. It's really clever and something I don't see in many other tabletop games. With over 240 pages, there is so much more I could discuss about Ryuutama, but to keep it short, I wholly recommend it. It's a game that is simple enough for a newbie, thorough enough for a rules cruncher, and flexible enough to facilitate a wide spread of stories and genres. And perhaps most importantly, it buries the trope that epic stories are born solely from heroes, but instead highlights the truth that everyone, even the humble and ordinary, are deserving of a grand adventure. Thanks again for watching the first of 99 more TTRPGs. Stick around for the next one. We've got so much more to go. Have a great day and stay frosty. Koropokuro Cute Leaf 2. Koropokuro Cute Leaf 2.